Good evening, everyone. Hi, I'm Kshitij. Welcome to our show, After Hours with Bereez. Let's see what Bank Nifty did today. As we can see, Bank Nifty did open a huge gap up. Generally, when markets do open such huge gap up, they tend to have a sideways day. As I had mentioned yesterday, for these zones would act as resistance, but the price opened way above it. In fact, above 41,950. As I had mentioned, Bank Nifty will become bullish once it starts closing above this price. What we could see is that Bank Nifty exactly touched the price and reversed and did give a beautiful upside movement, which we traded. I would still not short the markets here. I would look to buy the dips. I would look at this level again, which now will act as a support, which was a resistance, which is the 41,940 level. Best buying zone would be the 41,680 zones. I think this gap should get filled, and I would prefer to go long here. I would still not prefer to short the market, but wait to buy the dip. I would say Bank Nifty is weaker than Nifty. Let's see what Nifty did. Nifty did give a pretty strong closing in a daily time frame. If you could see this, it's closed it's closed on the highs. Switching on to the hourly time frame, it again whenever the markets open gap up, they tend to be sideways. Here again, I am bullish. The bias has changed to bullishness. I would again wait for dips to 18,200 level and 18,100 zones. Really don't think this gap is gonna get filled because when such gaps happen, they generally are breakaway gaps. So we shouldn't wait for this gap to get filled. I think 18,200 will be the point where it reverses and starts a new leg of a rally. This is all for the indexes. Now that I had given some stocks to track this week, let's see what they did. Out of them was one was Juby Engrave. Juby Engraved has managed to close above the mentioned zones of 560, 550. Now the trade plan would be that we could initiate longs in this zone for a target of 640, 670. Moving on to the second stock is Metropolis. It again did it again had a good buying in the early morning, but it could not sustain. Still, it's holding the zone. I would still initiate longs here in Metropolis. The view still stands. I still see this as a shakeout and not a change in this, not a break of this support zone. So yeah, the view still stays. Moving on to Divis Labs. Divis Labs has managed to close below. Now the trade plan would be to short when it retests the 3450 zones or 3440 zones. One more new stock now that I would want to add in the watch list is Mindtree. I've been tracking this stock since I think 2 weeks now. It's given a beautiful trend line breakout. Also managed to close above this zone. It's also forming lower lows. Also, IT sector is showing strength. So, what would the trade plan would be that we would long on the retest of 3566 zones. That's it from my side.
So thank you, Kshitij. Yeah, as you mentioned, we did open gap up. All the indices were in green today. I don't think any that closed or in red. Bar some stocks, all the stocks also gave really good movement. For the past week, I have been saying, or rather, we have been discussing that HDFC Twins have been lagging the markets quite a bit, and they did compensate that by rallying some 5.5% today. They were among the highest gainers for the day. HDFC Bank, HDFC, and HDFC both gave a really good rally. So we might see some catch up played by HDFC Twins here, which can very easily drive the index at much higher levels since they hold substantial weight. Bajaj Twins also had a decent day today. They also moved quite well. So All in all, even Nifty Financial Services, which was lagging Bank Nifty for past 2 3 days, closed that gap. It moved up by 2.3 odd percentages. There was a slight hesitation in IT stocks in the morning that I saw, despite opening in green, then they went sideways a little. But all in all, Nifty IT also managed to close in green. They were among the highest individual stock gainers. I would say that across the board, all the IT
Yes.
stocks gained, may it be large cap, small cap, or even mid cap stock, IT stocks gained. This happened mainly because of the very good CPI inflation data that was released by US yesterday. People were expecting inflation to continue, but in fact, data showed that inflation is cooling down a bit. uh, US market and other foreign markets reacted immediately. Most of the US indices closed well above 5% mark yesterday. Nasdaq, I think, closed somewhere around 6 or 7% up, in taking all the IT stocks with it, maybe Apple, Microsoft, or some of the tech stocks, so to speak, such as Tesla and all. So generally, when Nasdaq does well, Indian IT companies also do well, because a lot of the revenue generated by Indian IT companies, in fact, comes from Europe or North America. So owing to that, IT stocks were supposed to do well, and of course, for the past quite a few months, IT stocks were lagging in index by quite a bit. So I think it is about time this started playing catch up and took some of the portfolios that are in red back in the green. You mentioned Mindtree. One stock that I am tracking in IT is Infosys. I know it's not really an exciting stock for
Yeah.
many to trade, but it is still available at a really decent price. And considering its sound financials, we can start. At least I am adding it to my portfolio, bit by bit. It took decent support at 1400 levels. It is touching 1600 again. I think once it enters into the gap that it made a few months back, we can again see 2000 plus levels in this stock. At least that is what I am. That is what I feel. So I'm not too worried about IT's underperformance of the past few months. That is. Uh, I think that is all from my side. I'm not tracking any major stocks. Links to all our socials are in the video's description. You can join our Telegram group where we share our daily market views. You can follow us on Instagram where we post our technical charts and some other interesting things. You can visit our website bereez.in to know more about what we do here at Bereez and read some of the educational articles that we have posted there. And do not forget to subscribe to this channel so that you get notified every time we upload an After Hours with Bereez episode or an F&O episode. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.